morning, good morning, good morning. Early morning report, early morning report, early morning report. This is for my overachievers, people pleasers, perfectionists, and codependents. This message is for you. I didn't want to come on today. The reason why I didn't want to come on today, I mean, I did. I did want to come on. I think my heart was telling me to wait for a second. And the reason why my heart was telling me to wait for a second is because I think that we're in times, right? We're in times where people are scrambling. People are scrambling to find their identity. People are scrambling to find a place that they fit into. And my message for today is because, I feel like sometimes I need to take a fall back. I need to take a fall back and let my heart resonate the messages as it come. And then at the very last second, my heart resonated this message as it came. And I was going to just let it go. But I said, no, let me speak about it. My overachiever people pleases the codependents and perfectionists. What we do is we struggle entirely too hard for people to like us. We struggle entirely too hard to find a setting, to find a place where we belong, to find a clique, a team, um, a family, a family sometimes, right? A group of friends. We struggle. And what I'm finding in this world of social media in technology is that through social media is starting to create in a mass scale a lot of people in a mass scale codependent, circumstantial codependence, and narcissism. So we're we are our psyche is sick. Our psyche as a collective, as a people, is starting to become sick. I've watched a group of people be codependent on social media, watching maybe a kind of a narcissistic person. A group of people will be codependent on this person. Then I've watched I've watched channel holders and I've watched people or I've watched certain celebrities across the board would be all show all these types of narcissism, right? And the grandiosity and the disregard for people's feelings and emotions. And then when people get a specific type of attention from a group of people, they become very narcissistic. Whereas our psyche is sick. We're growing increasingly sick by the day. So my message to my codependents uh, and my people pleasers, overachievers, and my perfectionists is this: we have to start internalizing exactly what we want out of the world for ourselves. The reason why I say this is because we were already, depending on how we were born, depending on the family unit we were already born as um, highly sensitive people. This is the group I'm speaking to. My overachievers, people pleasers, codependents, and perfectionists. Let me tell you something. We're the highly sensitive group. We came into this world, and for whatever thing that ever happened, for whatever situation that happened in our early childhood development, we started to feel very empathetically, very empathetically, very strong empathetic behavior. And so we started to attach ourselves highly emotionally to our parents or to our caretakers. And then we started to learn how to read a room. We learned how to read a room. And because we learned how to read a room, it is almost important for us, kind of like lifeblood, to be liked in a room of people. We want to be loved by people. We want to be liked by people. That's why we do the things that we do. That's why we go out into the world to in overachieve, people please. That's why we become codependent. That's why we become perfectionists. But because of the world and the world is sick, right? The world is sick. I'm here to tell you that when you look to seek for those things and you are let down, it does not it completely validates the sickness in you, and you become disappointed and you go further into your codependency, you go further into your need to please, okay? Your need to achieve, you need to overachieve, right? You need to be perfect. You go further into that. You dive yourself further into that because if at the core that's the only thing you have left at the end of the day when everything in the world around you has let you down. So this is why it's very important as people that the highly sensitive group comes together. The highly sensitive group comes together. The reason why is because 9 times out of 10, like I said, we are the healers of the world. The healers of the world can start to make, the necessary, take the necessary steps for understanding the world around us and the psyche of the world around us and the process of healing the psyche of the world around us. But we're not going to do that until we heal ourselves. We have healing hands already. We have a healing heart already. The only thing that we are struggling with is our mind. Codependence, overachievers, people pleasers, and perfectionists. We are the highly sensitive group, okay, with the healing hands and the big hearts, but the very, very fragile minds. We got to start to realize that when the time is right, your group, your people, the people that you belong to, that will manifest itself. But you don't need to struggle for love, my people. You don't need to fight for the affection of another person. You don't need to you don't need to feel the desire to be in a certain group, to be liked by a certain amount of people. I am starting to realize that I love myself so much. I love a quiet room. I love a quiet room. I love a quiet environment to myself, right? To myself. So people, realize this. Good morning, Maisha. How you doing? Thank you for coming in. To this morning is about my rooms are small in the morning. People take their message. They take their message and they go. They take their message and they go. My views happen later in the day where they take it and they watch it later in the day. So I'm gonna start setting my notifications so people can start getting in a room. That's my problem. I don't set my notification. I just jump on and let my heart speak. But this is my morning reports is for my overachievers, people pleasers, my codependents, and my perfectionists. And it's a very important message for them. I'm coming into the world. I'm coming to them to encourage them throughout the day. Let them know that in a world in a world of hate, where the world is sick, the psyche of the people is sick, that we can be the most loving people on the planet, but guess what, we have to fall in love with ourselves. We have to fall in love first with ourselves. The moment we fall in love with ourselves, these healing hands and these big hearts can do so much more for the people around us. We lay healing hands on people all the time, laying healing hands on people all the time, but our own psyche is sick. Until we make that connection, we cannot do the job that we were meant to do. We were highly sensitive for a reason. We were born into this world with the circumstance that we were born into, right? To make us highly sensitive, to make us codependent, right? This all was pre-designed, all pre-designed by a higher power way beyond us. So all that pre-designed work brought us into this world to give us to make us highly sensitive. to have the healing hands that we have, to have the healing hearts. And with those healing hands and those healing hearts, we can do so much more with the world when we start to believe that we are the ones with the healing hands and the healing hearts. When we see ourselves with so much more value. Let me tell you something, and this is going to be my last message. I keep my morning report short for a reason. I just want to hit home and go. People, people can see that in you. See your healing hands and your big hearts. Codependents, overachievers, people pleasers, and perfectionists, and don't like you for it. They will not like you for it. You have the ability to walk into people's lives and give it balance, give it joy, give it substance. Symbolizes it. You move things around. A lot of us, the women, we are mothers beyond our own children. We are everybody's mothers, everybody's aunties, everybody's extra sisters and whatever, cousins. We come into people's lives and we have fulfilling substance. We are a fulfilling mechanism. We fulfill things in people's lives. And then we fail to fulfill ourselves. So when we are disappointed, let down, hurt by somebody, mentally abused, physically, emotionally, somebody come along and take things from us and don't replace it. Listen, we are disappointed because we can't fathom that people can come into our lives and do those hurtful things to us when we would never do it to them. But this is the world that we live in. Until we start to value ourselves and say, let me tell you something, people, and stand up with your back straight and your voice loud and project a inner core of confidence. Until you do that, you will continue to feel let down. People will continue to see you as that thing that they can use, as that person that they can take advantage of. When we are the healers of the world, us people. I get a joy doing these morning reports in the morning because I know it's going to grow, and I feel that there are people out there who have given so much to someone, right? They stayed up very late in the wee hours of the morning or late at night. They compromised with this person. They gave to this person. They've done things for this person, and then this person let them down. There are people out there suffering from that. And they need to know that there are other people who suffer from that. The time is now to start to connect the dots. I find it so funny how toxic people can always find another toxic person in the world. They can all form cliques and teams, and then you get a whole bunch of group of just drama filled, ratchet, crazy, right? And full room full of it, 100, 10, 20 thousands of them, right? And they all joining each other. But in the world of healers, we are disconnected. We are sitting on different sides of the planet, sprinkled out, thinking that we are just one amongst a world of millions, and we are not. Overachievers, people pleasers, the codependents, perfectionists. Let me tell you something. We we are the healers of the world, and it's a lot of us. It's a lot of us. And until you realize that there's somebody who cried the same tears you did, hurt the way you did, felt the way you did, you understand? You will always continue to feel alone. Do you know how many people we've lost in this world who've made the decisions to, you know, not stay on this planet, not live, right? Because they felt that they were a big heart. They were a big heart in a horrible world. They were alone. But they are not we are not alone. We are not alone. There's people out here who are trying to do the healing work. I tell you people, the time is now. It is now like no other because we are in trying times. And the narcissism is growing at an ever loving rate, and people are hurting each other at an ever loving rate. We are living like crabs in the barrels. People, the world of social media is about who can roast the next person horribly, just who can destroy another person's lives. Cancel culture, my goodness, when you the negative, you think about it, it is here. Where are the healers to say, well, y'all have that, but we're going to have this? We are going to be the healers. We are going to be the ones. We're going to give the positive messages. We are the affirmation team. Okay, we are the affirmation teams. We are the loving team. We are the power of love. The time is now. Codependent, people pleasers, overachievers, perfectionists. Know this, that without your healing hands, you are the healers in your family, the healers in your friend circle. Without you, Without you, do you realize there are people out there who would have lost a lot of things? They would have lost it all, lost their house, lost their kids, lost their family, lost something without you. You've walked in, you've made preparations, you've prepared, you've helped people, you've sat people through trying times. You helped that girlfriend about her a toxic relationship. She probably was thinking about committing suicide. You helped somebody with their bills. They almost lost their apartment, right? You help somebody watch their children, right? You help somebody watch their children when they had to go to that job. If they had lost that job, then they wouldn't have had no job. And guess what? They would have lost their apartment. Their children would have been out, cast out. And oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Thank you, Lenizen. So we are living in a world right now where we have to understand that our value is way bigger, so much bigger in this world. We have to realize that the time is now. The time is now. And when we realize that value in ourselves, my goodness, my goodness, do you know the power you will have? I don't think y'all do, but that's okay because you know what? We'll be back tomorrow on the early morning report to discuss it. Thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all, everybody. I keep it short on my early morning reports. So I see y'all tomorrow for the next one. Have a good one. Have a good day today.